Mom? That you? There now. Just relax. You've been asleep for almost 9 hours now. I had a horrible nightmare. I dreamed I went back in time. It was terrible. Well, you're safe and sound now. Back in good old 1049. 1049? Hey! Who are you? You're not my mom. A name. It's been a while since I needed it. You can call me... Well, it's another one you can choose the name, but let's keep it the same as always. Ceres. Ceres. I have a feeling we have met before. I was just a young girl. And here's the famous Oni, reunited again after all this time. You know Oni? Then maybe you can help him. Help him? I already have. When we first met, you helped me escape from the Imperial Guards. I aided you in kind by saving you from the weapon's explosion. The weapon! It's horrible! The great disaster did happen! We were supposed to prevent it, but Oni... Not everyone can escape their destiny. Fina? Where are we? The weapon, it exploded and then... Velvet! You're okay, what a relief! The weapon blew up, and then Ceres saved us. I think she brought us to the future. The future? Since we're traveling through time, I'd rather be at the time of the Magi. Ceres, is that your name? You seem unique, neither human nor demon. My father was a demon, my mother a human. Well, I think so. My memories are all blurred. Amazing! I don't think there's ever been a case like yours before. You truly are unique. Let me examine you. Velvet, Sarah saved us from the explosion. You should really be thanking her. Sorry, I am fascinated by mysteries and anything out of the ordinary. Hey, speaking of mysteries... Oni! Are you okay? Got your wits back? About what happened in the weapon room. We don't need to discuss that. Oni never wanted it to happen, and it's not his fault. We just have to use another Magilith to go back to before that moment and stop the weapon from exploding. Great idea. However, that might create a space-time paradox. I'm not sure what will happen then. Well, it's our only shot. Sadly, it's not impossible. Magiliths were designed specifically to prevent that sort of thing. If you return now to what is your present, you'll always arrive after the weapon is triggered. So it should be it truly is impossible. No! That can't be! My village! My family! May I ask how you know this? Only the ancient Magi knew how Magiliths operated. I don't know. I have memories, and sometimes I see things that are yet to come. For the Magiliths, I know it won't work. How fascinating. It's possible your heritage bestowed you with abilities no one has ever seen. As for the weapon, there is another way. Really? Oh, you're awesome, Ceres. It won't be that easy, but with the Magi Key, we can indeed accomplish this feat. The Magi Key? One of the 3 legendary Magi artifacts? You know where it is? It's rather complicated. The Magi created the key as a kind of safety. It was supposed to remove something from the power of time, but it was far too dangerous, so they broke it, and gave each fragment to a different time. For a long time I have been looking for these fragments. I think I know where they are, but I will need your help to gather them. So that's it! I never thought that time itself could be changed. Well, not before meeting Oni and Fina. So if we use the Magi Key to remove the weapon from time, it will have never existed and will never have been activated? Exactly. That's perfect! Let's go find those Magi Key pieces and wipe out that heinous weapon once and for all. I do hope the consequences aren't worse yet. One second. And I'm back. Sorry about that phone call. Oni, I have memories of you as well. I think we share something. Oh, I almost forgot. Take this, it's important. You got a control terminal, a system that looks super technologically advanced, also known as an NES controller. This item allows you to journey through the ages. With it, you can activate the Magilliths. Use it to find all the fragments. I will open a pathway for you all. Oni, you'd like to know about the pieces of the Magi Key? Sure. Information about which fragment? Let's learn about the Fragment of Fire. Have you met the pirates before? Their hideout can be found in your present near a volcano. They possess the Fragment of Fire. Information about which fragment? That's like enough background noise. When the Empire ruled the land, before the frozen continent began to melt, there lived fierce Vikings. They guard the Fragment of Ice. Information about which fragments? Nature. Far to the southwest lies an island, and on this island is a timeless forest. And deep within that forest, you'll find the Fragment of Nature. Fragment of Earth. Demons locked a fragment away in their most sacred temple, but its location was lost when Demonia was destroyed in the Great War. And last, the Fragment of Time. There is said to be a special Magillith in the Windy Valley. It supposedly grants access to the Fragment of Time, the one most shrouded in mystery. Alright, well, we've learned a bit about all the fragments. To locate the fragments, you'll have to travel through time. Use the controller I gave you on a Magillith. I wish I could join you, but I must. Return to me if you seek to know more about the fragments. Well, beam me up, Scotty. And with a Star Trek quote, we're now back in that clearing. Just in the future instead of the past or the present. Well, that was a whole thing. Now we've learned a bit more about the plot, and so we've learned that the Prophet was actually right about a whole bunch of things, just for the wrong reasons. Also, I believe, let me check something quickly. Do we have a bit of mana? Yes, we do. So, let's go power up Velvet while we're in the future here. So, now that we've figured out... Oh, what a fine being, man. What can I do for you? Let's wake another ally. I know. Let's... Wonderful. You dug up some mana. We'll get the Awakening then. The only one left. And the mana is basically what she floats on, and she uses it to infuse Velvet with more power. Velvet's power has reached level 2. Focus longer for a more powerful attack. And that's it. And now let's see what Velvet can do with her level 2 attack. She basically shoots more ice in more places. More ice in more places. Anyway, so we've learned that the Prophet was basically right about us in every way, just in kind of a complete coincidence, because we needed to collect 5 keys to get to his lair, and we destroyed all his pots. But we also ended up being the Great Destroyer, and we now need to collect 5 pieces of the Magi Key, which is quite fun. I like that a lot about this game. There's a lot of stuff that's basically just, like, you don't know how much it affects things until it happens. That didn't make any sense. But I like how it has a bunch of things that seem like they're answered, and then they actually have even more to accomplish. It's just pretty cool, in my opinion. So now, as you can see, we have to activate this again if we want to... What the heck are you on about? As you can see, we're already here. I'm only theorizing. It is equally possible we will end up in my era, or that of Miss Fina and Solid Snail. But as Miss Fina would say, I fear we have no other choice anyway. Exactly. Off we go, Oni. We won't know till we get there. And I don't want to stick around in this future. They've disappeared! Why did I fail to leave with them? And what am I to do now? So now we can figure out what happened to Manos. He, as we expected, did not get teleported with us. But, now that we've ended up back here in the future, we can go talk to him. And tell him all about all the crazy shit that's happened. I mean, stuff. Minos! Am I glad to see you again? Solid Snail! Miss Fina! I thought you had vanished forever! That must mean the Magilith did not serve its purpose. Actually, it did. It worked just fine. But it's a long story. Where should I start? I can hardly believe it. My son, a terrorist? And the weapon... But I mustn't worry so. Reno is no longer a child in this era, so he surely must have fled before the explosion. Perhaps I shall see him yet. I, too, was rather surprised to see them materialize out of nowhere. And when they told me everything, I had trouble believing it as well. Who would believe someone claiming to be from the future? I wasn't truly convinced until after speaking with Ceres. Ceres. Can we trust her? She saved us from the weapon's explosion, and she told us how to collect the shattered pieces of the Magi Key. I am well aware of that, Miss Fina, and she has my deepest gratitude. Without her, I would never have seen you two again. But my father always told me that everything comes at a price. Why exactly did she come to your aid? That much I would like to know. In any case, her knowledge about the Magi can't be questioned. The sparse descriptions of the Magi Key I studied confirm her explanation. That changes nothing for my son. On the contrary, if we wipe the weapon from the timeline, Reno will never have thought to try activating it. A sizable chunk of history will be rewritten. To be perfectly honest, the very thought of it frightens me. How can we be sure there won't be unintended consequences? Well, I'm not going to sit around doing nothing. There's always a risk, no matter what you do in life. And frankly, it can't get much worse than this. I agree with Miss Fina. Regardless of what we change, the situation can only improve for me. For us, definitely. Perhaps not for everyone else. But then I suppose it is worth a shot. I really hope we're doing the right thing, Oni. Quick, let's bring the pieces of the Magi Key to Ceres! I'm pleased to be helping you once again, Solid Snail. Minos has joined the party once more. So now we have everyone back again. And I think that's going to be it for this episode, but from this point on, the game splits significantly. You can collect the 5 Magi Keys in any order you want, as far as I'm aware of. There might be a little issue with one of them, but I believe you can collect them in literally any order you wish. And getting the Key of Time first provides you with a great item for getting around places. But I think we're going to be getting the Pirate Key first, because that is one of the easiest to start. In any case, I will see you next time for some more Evoland 2. See you then. Bye.